Hello, this is Nick from Prestman Auto doing a video walkthrough of our 2017 Chevy Malibu. So I just thought I'd take the liberty of just showing you around the car a little bit ahead of time, so that way you can feel more confident coming up, or if whatever you want to do, you at least have the information to make a more informed decision. So what we're going to do is I'm going to walk all the way around. I'm going to check for any dents, scratches, any kind of blemishes on the outside. Then we're going to go inside, go over some of the features, make sure everything's, working properly. And then finally we'll pop the hood so we can evaluate just a little bit in the engine bay, just for good measure. So first impressions are actually rather good. Normally you'd expect to see a little bit of rock chipping up here in the front, just because that's where it usually is. And you do have some very small things here and there, but all in all, not bad at all. So it needs a bath, but that's, to be expected. Welcome to Utah. So let's go around. If there is anything that I do see, I'll be sure to stop, zoom in, make sure you get a good visual so you know what's going on. So tires on here, you actually have loads of life left in those, so that's awesome. All right, so you do have a little bit of scuffing. You got some scratches right back here. So nothing super crazy. It's not catching your finger, so nothing that's chipping the paint, but nonetheless, good to know, good to know. So I'm just popping the trunk with the key fob here. So you do have a couple scratches up here by the logo. Cool. A couple down there on the bumper. All right, never mind. That one's coming off. I thought we had one more, but it was not so. Cool. So you do have a couple things here and there. It's not in perfect condition on the outside, but not bad at all. So nothing too major. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 for the exterior, but let's hop on the inside and see what we can find in there. All right, so first things first, let's turn the car on. Make sure there's no crazy warning lights or whatever up. All right, so you got one warning light, which is my seatbelt light, which is, correct. Let's cycle through a couple things just to make sure everything's good to go. Awesome, cool. So as far as interior features go, you have a pretty good amount of them, so I'm gonna go a little bit fast just for the sake of time, so this video isn't too long. But up here you're going to have your cruise control, your basic features for talk and hanging up phone calls and whatever for when you're connected for Bluetooth. Windows roll down and up, down and up. So your side mirrors, let's check them out real quick, make sure they're working. There we go. Good. The other one. Awesome. Cool. So up here is going to be most of your fun stuff that you have on it. It's not the most decked out one, but it is in good condition. So you connect for your audio, you connect your phone. Let's check the speakers real quick. Oh, it's on Bluetooth. Let's go to radio. Sweet. It was actually a pretty decent speaker system. So that's awesome. So cup holders, obviously pretty basic stuff down here, so all pretty straightforward. You have your plugins and whatnot down there. You can put your phone or something up in here as well. As far as interior condition goes, it's honestly pretty good. So I'm not seeing any rips, any dents, any tears, any stains. Really not much of anything too crazy in here, but it looks pretty solid. So we can go over stuff in here all day, but for the sake of time, we'll probably call that there. Let's pop the hood in the engine bay. Check that out real quick, and that should be good for this video. All right, so while we're out here, here's a quick look around some of our lot. This is maybe, I don't know, like 30% of our cars we got here. So we got more over on the other side of the building over there. We go down a little bit ways that way. We also have another building past this. You can't see it through the tree, but we got another building over there. So we sell more cars here than any independent dealer in the state. We sold 300 and something last month. So it's not like super important to know, but I feel like when you're checking things out from a drive away, it's nice to know a little bit about who you're working with. All right. So I don't know how mechanically inclined you are or aren't, but regardless of how much you know about cars, I always encourage everyone to look under the hood of any vehicle you're looking to buy. The reason being, even if you don't know anything that's under here, you at least know what neglect looks like. So if you've got like acid buildup all around your battery up in here, if all your metal pieces are just like brown and covered in rust and you got like spider webs and junk all over everything, then, you know, I'd probably ask some more questions at that point. That being said, this looks pretty solid actually. For 2017, I'd expect to see at least a little bit of rust on here, but I'm not seeing much of anything. So very, very nice. If you are mechanically inclined, we can go into a little bit more detail, but we'll keep this video pretty user-friendly for now. Suffice to say, when you pop the hood of an engine bay, this is exactly what you want to see. There we go. So if you have any other questions or something that I missed that you'd like to see ahead of time, just let me know. I'm happy to show you anything on here. But for now, this is your son's new ride.